My crafty friends, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I have now, I want to update you on the progress of this doll's journal real quick, and then we will, glue right there, let me put that in the trash. Then we will be working on this today, but yeah, I've got this 3 signatures sewn in with this pretty burgundy thread to match the colors here. So you've seen the outside, and then I've got the, the signature sewn in now. So lots of fun pages here, and I thought I would start off the work I want to do today is adding ruffles, trim, and showing you the type of things I'm going to be kind of clipping in here for someone to use, whoever ends up with this. But I did want to add right here in this blank spot a little clear envelope. I thought that would be the perfect spot for it. And then it is not covering up anything, but there is a pocket for someone to put something in. So I've used these before. If you haven't seen them, I get them on Amazon. The link is in my Amazon affiliates list in my description box. And I have two different sizes. One's a little smaller than the other one, but this one I thought would fit perfect. I think this is the bigger one, and it'll fit perfect right here. All right, and then something can be put in here. Just pretend like this is a drawing card, and it can be just put, whatever you want can be put in here. Something you write on could be put in here. You can write a name and a date, or this journal belongs to type of thing, whatever you want. And I'll put something in there before it's all said and done, but right now I wanted to add that. And you saw where we added this pocket here. So, and this is not a flip through, we're just going to add a few trims like I said. So I have some ruffles out here, pre-made ruffles that I've made, and I found for myself this is really the easiest way to add ruffles. I used to, when I first started adding ruffles, I would take the fabric strip and actually go to the sewing machine and sew them on, make the ruffle myself by hand. But now I have a ruffler foot for my sewing machine, so I can pre-make the ruffles like this, and then see, this is a long piece of vintage sheet, and I can then use it to, add ruffles to a journal, or you can make little tabs with these, whatever you want. So I have one like this. Let me show you the pattern on this one. If you can see that little kind of peachy and light blue flowers and green leaves. And then I've got this one. It's kind of a rosy. This is also a vintage sheet. I've shown you these before and used these in a recent journal. And this one here was, I don't know what this was. Maybe, I don't remember what this was. Maybe just a piece of fabric. But it's yellow and green and kind of off-white kind of color there. So I think I showed all to you. And I also have a snippet strip that I have here that I could use as a trim or whatever I want. I could make a belly band with it, whatever I want to make out of this. And it's pretty long. And I did make this on video one time out of, fabric scraps like this, little pieces, and carpet tape. So if you it's kind of like double-sided tape. So if you haven't seen that, you can use this, and I believe you're supposed to be able to. I haven't used it in a while, so I kind of almost forgot how it works, but I think you can peel off the back here and stick it down. Might have to experiment with this before I use it, because I forgot. I haven't used it in so long. I almost don't remember how it works. Yeah, there is a backing on here, and it feels like you're pulling off the tape, but you're not. You're pulling off the tape, this backing of the tape, and it leaves a sticky surface onto your fabric, and then you can put that down. So this will not be a belly band. This will be stuck down as a trim. So we'll see if we find a place for that. Let me leave that little corner up so I can make it easy on myself when I do use it. And so first, I think I'd like to go through, maybe put 1 or 2 ruffles in each signature. So let's see. where we can do that. Got my drink here, got my tissue, ready to go. Okay, so I kind of like to put the ruffles and trims and things like that on the pages that go all the way to the outside. Like, see this one, it doesn't quite go all the way out to a full-size page. This one doesn't either, but this one does. This matte page. This is a pocket, so we wouldn't put one there. This one does. So let's see, let's look at this page. I kind of like this color of this page. To add something, and this one has a peachy color. This is a peachy color, and this has a peachy colored flower in it, so that would be perfect. So I kind of just want to put, like, not the whole thing. I think that's kind of overkill in this particular journal, but I would like to put a piece. So I'm going to cut a little piece and carefully cut right here below this ruffle, without kind of pulling out my others, you know, because nothing's holding the thread in now, so I'm doing that very carefully. Same with the bottom piece here, and then when I glue it down, it would be held together down here where I cut it with the glue. So I'm just going to put a little Fabri-Tac on the edge of this page, and I think maybe we've got 3 signatures. If I put 2 of these kind of smaller ruffles in each signature, I think that will be plenty for this journal. So I'm just going to put a little, let me just stop there because I'm not sure how long I need it. I probably should put it on the back of the ruffle, but either way, either or, whatever floats your boat, you can do whatever you like to do, whichever way you like to do it. Both, you can do both, because I'm going to probably end up doing both ways here. See, and that's peeking out. Okay, let me get it down into the glue so it's sticking on here. Okay. So I'm not really taking up any of the page, you know what I mean? But I am doing a little decorating here, embellishing. So this is, I'm just getting the end of this ruffle here. So that will keep that from coming unraveled, you know, where I cut the thread. Just make sure it's glued down, and it, so you can see it's flat, it is glued down. And there's the other side, so that one's on there. Let's see how it looks. Let's see how it looks real quick. Like that. I kind of would like to move it over a little bit, actually. It's kind of sticking out a little far. Let me move it over a little bit. Before it dries. Okay, let's see how that looks. Still sticking out quite a bit. Yes, I think I want to pull it over a little bit more. This won't hurt it at all. The glue's coming with it, you know what I mean? I could feel it under there, so I could feel that it's stuck down, so I can feel the glue is kind of coming with it. Okay, did I actually move it over? I think I did. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, and then that's very pretty actually with the colors and everything. Okay, so then we'll put one, maybe we won't put 2, maybe we'll put 1 in each signature because that's a lot I can see there. We'll try 1 in each signature, and then if we want more we'll do that. So that's 1 in that signature. And then I kind of would like to use 1 of each, but if we use up, I end up using the same one, that wouldn't even be, you know, a bad thing. It'd just be a matter of, you know, probably wanting to match whatever we're putting it on. So, let's see, this would be good. Put it on the wallpaper. I could put it here too. Don't really want to put, oh, maybe we'll put one on this right here. This one goes all the way out, and, well, just about all the way out. Maybe we'll do the, let's see, the wallpaper. Let's see how far that comes out. Oh, not quite all the way out. Let's see. Maybe we'll do the next one's going to go in the middle, and then the third signature, we'll put it down here, so we'll have one, you know, staggering, ruffles staggering through the edge here. I kind of like the idea of putting one on here. We've got pink here, so we could do the rose on this one. I don't really like that there. You know what, I think I'm going to end up, let me try this one. Let me just see what, I'm not going to put this one here, but I just want to see what it looks like with the other ruffle. That one looks nice because it matches that ruffle. So this one I might look for a spot for this one here in this middle second signature. So let's do that. Let's look again with this ruffle in a you know, focus on that ruffle. A spot for that. This page has yellow on it. Oh, this page has yellow on it too. It would look good there. Or it doesn't have to have yellow on it. Where's that index page? Let's look for the index page. Didn't we see an index page here? Or I could put it on this side of the wallpaper. That would be cool. Yeah, I like that. And there's yellow over here. See this? Yellow over here. And then we've got yellow and green. And I could put either side out. So we've got green, or I could turn it around and put it this way. Kind of like that. Then it kind of looks like it matches. Not that it has to, but okay, let's do that. So we're going to do a piece of this. So I'm going to pretty much just cut this in half here, right above that little ruffle right there. And we'll use this half, and then I've got a long string on here, a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut that a little bit. I'll leave some of the string, but cut some of it off. And this one I'm going to go ahead, let's see, I kind of like this side better. It's a little, this fabric must have a front and back. This side's a little brighter. It's not bright, but it's just got more color than this side, it looks like. So let's use this. We'll put it like this, and we'll put a little glue here on the back instead of on the page this time. I put it like right over the thread too, where the thread is, so that helps hold the thread in, you know, on the ends, on especially the end where I cut it. Really, that's the only end you really have to worry about, I would think. Okay, I just want to see how far this sticks out. This one doesn't stick all the way out, so I think I can put this one right on the edge. So let me just, because I know right where the glue is because it's under the thread, so I can see. Oh, I wanted to put the yellow on the outside. Hold on, let me turn that around. Okay, so yellow on the outside. I can see where the thread is, so I can make sure I put that on the page here, on the edge of the page. Page is right here. Okay, so this one will have a little ruffle trim, and I can feel the glue there, so I know that thread is being held in place. All right, let's see how that one looks. Looks nice. And make sure it's not getting glue over here. I think I'll put a little protection there. Actually, I can put this where I just took this pocket off of here. I've got one here, another pocket, but I can put this piece here because I can cut this off and throw it away. So I'm going to put that there to protect that for a minute while that dries. And then we'll go on to the third signature, and we will find a spot for another ruffle. And I think I'm going to go back to the first one and put that one in this signature, so we'll have, you know, two different ruffles, but the first and second will have the same sheet, vintage sheet. So let's see where we want to put this one. Let's look at the back half real quick. I don't want it too close to that other ruffle. I can put it here, or we've got a music page here we could put it on. I just want to be careful because I want to keep in mind what somebody might be wanting to use these pages for, and I don't want a ruffle to be in their way, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we are still in the We're in the front half of that signature. Okay, let's go back to the back half here. Let's kind of look at this music page here. I think that would be fun to put one on. And we can just put one right down here. Let's see, where did I cut this? I guess I cut it right here. So I'll put a little ruffle right down here. I think I'll cut it like about right here. So now I've cut it on this piece. I've cut here and here. So I'm going to make sure I put glue right to the end to make sure that's holding that thread in place. So a little Fabri-Tac there. Make sure of which side I want to glue down. I think this side looks a little brighter, so I'm going to put the glue on this side. I could be imagining that because I think this is just a double, same on the both sides. But it does look a little brighter over there, so we'll see. We'll just go with this side. All right, plenty of glue. And this page pretty much goes out to the edge, so I'm going to put it in a little bit, like so I don't have to pull it over like I did on the first one. So it's just going to peeking out over the edge a little bit here. And right on the bottom edge. And I can feel the glue right up to the top there, so I know that thread's being held in place. And this one too. Right there. Cute. I don't know why. It's like my nose starts running when I start a video. It's crazy. Alright, so this one, trying to see if I feel any glue out here. I really don't. Okay, so I don't feel any extra glue here, so we got that one down. Let's see what they look like. They're not really sticking out a lot, but just enough to add a little something special there on the side. So the next thing I wanted to show you was just some example of some things I can put in here so that I'm not gluing things down. Oh, and we'll put in our snippet piece. So I want to look for a page maybe to put this on somewhere. I think I might put it, I don't know, down on one or two pages. We'll put a piece of this. So let's do that. Let's look for a spot. I want it to be out in the open. It doesn't have to be out on the edge like the ruffles. I mean, it doesn't have to be over the edge or on a page that goes out to the very edge. So let's look for a good spot where it would be appreciated. And I mean by that, look nice. Okay. Let's see, this has a little flip over piece here. Here's our center of the first signature. It's ledger, and I've got receipts. These receipts came with this ledger, and I always leave them on there if I can, and then whoever gets the journal can. There's old rusty kind of staples in there, and I just leave, they can take the staples out, they can do whatever they want there. So let's see, this has a little flipped up pocket here, and it's not necessarily a pocket, it's just a piece that's flipped up that I just left there for somebody to do what they want. Okay, let's see. I feel like it needs like a heavier page, like a cardstock page or something like that. So this is the second signature. Let's put it on here. Maybe. Let me see what it looks like. Yeah, I like it there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, like I said, this peels off the back, so it's not like you can make this in, unless I left this on here and put it without peeling this on. If you didn't peel this off the back, you could possibly glue it down and use it as a tuck spot, but I want to go ahead and use it as it was intended. And that is peeling this off the back. See how we do. I think I have used a piece of this once before, maybe. I know I made it on video, but pretty cool, actually. So let's just see. Peel off enough to put on this page. It's kind of like pretty cool the way this works. You can just, use up your fabric scraps. Okay, so I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to have to cut right here at the top. I'm going to cut right at the top of this page. And I have my non-stick scissors that I'm cutting with, so cutting through that stickiness there on the back. So then I still have the tape here. And next time it'll be a little easier to peel off because I have some extra tape here, you know, the backing. So I'll leave that piece there. And I still have all of this. And, well, we're going to put in one more. Try to put in one more here. So that is very cool looking. And you can't sew through this. It's pretty sticky. You know, the backing is pretty sticky. So it's kind of like duct tape. It's called double-sided carpet tape, and you cannot sew through. It's kind of like duct tape. You don't want to sew through duct tape, and you don't want to sew through this because your sewing machine will not like it. So let's go into, oops, the tape caught on. Let me see, I got a little bit going over the top here. Let me cut that off because it tried to attach to another page. Let me see if I can cut that off. That's sticky, a little bit of sticky sticking over the top there. There we go. Alright. Let me see if it's still trying to stick over there. Oh, that's this page. Okay, let me see. Okay, now it's not trying to stick. Okay, we got it. Alright, let's go to the next signature, third signature. And I didn't see a good spot in the first signature. This is where I'm letting that glue dry on the ruffle. I did go ahead and cut that pocket off, and I'm just taped this piece that's getting thrown out onto the back of this, so it was still a little sticky when I checked it again after I did that last ruffle. Anyway, we're going to the third signature, looking for a place for maybe one more of those snippet strips trim. Now here's another index page, but let's see if we have anywhere else to put it. This is I would imagine this would stick on just about anything because it's very sticky, and this is a little slick, that's why I'm saying that. Let's see what else we have. Wonder how would it look on ledger paper. It would look cool. It would look cool. Let's see. I just didn't want to really, because that paper, it's not as thick as, say, this page right here. Or maybe on the music. How about that? Let me see. Anything else besides the music? We've got the kind of typing paper there, onion skin paper, whatever that is. Here's this music where we put the ruffle. Oops. Well, that's trying to attach too. Here's this wallpaper here. Wonder how it would look on there. I bet that would look pretty on there. Or on the other side. Yeah. That's what it looks like there. I really don't want to put it on one of these doll pages because they're so pretty. I want to leave those for whatever somebody wants to do with those. And that's an index page. Okay. Oh, and here's one more. This is a doll page, but this is the text part and pattern and things. What does it look like on there? I think the music page might be best. Okay, let's do that because we already did an index page. Let's do a music. We got the one with the ruffle. Let's go to the other side of this music right here. Let's put it on, let's see. Let's put it on this side instead of always putting everything on this side, the right front. Let's put it on the left back. So let me move this over so you can see. Good. And we'll get a hold of another piece here, and just, since I already peeled that one off, now I can just keep going. You see they're really held together, so you don't need to sew through it. I was like, I would really like to sew through it just for the look of it, but you can't. You'll just destroy your sewing machine. Probably won't even go. As far as your needle, probably be like, no, I'm not moving anymore. Okay, I'm taking it right to the top so it's easier to cut off. If you want to cut it off ahead of time, you can make it a little shorter, but I just took it right to the top. Okay, I'm trying to cut it right up the top edge so I don't have that sticky part. Now, see, we used up that part. Now I have this much left. This is the only one I have made out of the carpet tape, so I need to make another one, don't I? Let me take care of my nose for a second. Okay, so this one looks like this. Oh, I got a little piece tucked under here. Let me see if I can untuck that and get that out. Might not be able to. It's really sticky. Really super sticky, like you put major amount of glue under there or something. No, I can't get that out, so that'll just have to be like that. But we'll get it all pressed down here. And there we go. Very pretty, right? All the different fabrics and patterns. That looks cool. Okay. So we did our little decorating with the trims. And then, so what I was going to show you is, let me show you my paper clips I've been making this week. And I'm going to clip some of these things in here that could be used in a journal. And then somebody who guesses can put these wherever they want. So when I've been watching TV this week, I've made all these paper clips. And just use different ribbons, so you can see some kind of off-white, whitish ribbons there. And I've got these green ones. I liked when I have them sticking out of the top of the journal. I think it's pretty. I don't even think they have to match the journal. I just think they're pretty, just all sticking out. And then I had a little drawer over here behind me on my dresser with these little tassels in them. This one's a triple tassel. And this one's just a little tassel. And I got them off of something I found at the thrift store. And I had them in a little drawer. I mean, it's just these right here that you see in this little, it's a little box lid here. Here's some more. So here's some more ribbons here that I used. This little blue sparkly one. Oops. This one is, I showed you like last week, the ones I used up some jute twine on. But they were kind of slipping down and coming loose. So I put another piece of ribbon around them to kind of keep them in place. So that's what some of these are on the bottom. But anyway, I wanted to empty that drawer. I was like, I've been meaning to put paper clips on these tassels. They all have a little loop on them where they were attached to something. See, it's just a little loop. And I have been meaning to turn them into paper clips, and put them on a paper clip so they'd be a little, paper clip dangle tassel. And I just hadn't done it, and I needed that drawer for something else. I have some eyelets that I brought home from the thrift store, and I thought, I need to go ahead and make these into paper clips so that I can have that drawer for my eyelets. So that's what I did. So I did all the not pom-poms, tassels, and then here's some more ribbons, the ones with the jute twine, and then I used some of this ribbon here. It's a pink. Pretty pink. All of these ribbons right here that I'm showing you, well, this green one came from Temu. The white one came from a thrift store. These tassels came from a thrift store. And all these little pieces like this little ribbon and all these ribbons came from a thrift store. So those are the ones I found in Florida. I was really happy to find those because I thought they were really pretty ribbons and they were such a good price. So anyway, I'm going to use some of these ribbons in here to clip some things in. So I'll show you what I'm clipping in. And I'll be clipping in a few more things. I'm putting in some things in the pockets. And then I'll gather up a little goodie pack and pretty much be ready for my flip through. But I want to put a scrap in here, so this is an example, and I'll probably put a few more in here, but some scraps you could make pockets out of. So if you wanted to make a pocket on a page somewhere, like even right here, you could, cut this in half and make a pocket right here. So why don't I just clip this right here since it would look so pretty right on that page? Or you could put this is coordinating, this is from a scrap from this scrapbook paper. So, you could put a pocket anywhere with this, but I'll put it right here, and I'll use one of the, let's use a tassel paper clip on this one, so like that. And then this is a big journal, so I thought some big envelopes would be nice, And envelopes you can have a lot of fun and do a lot of different things with. Of course, I'm not sure most of you have seen all the things you can do, but you can glue it on like that and have it flip out. Or you can even just glue it on a page and have it, you know, so you have a pocket like that. Or you can leave it, actually glue it glue it on 3 sides, have your pocket in there, and then have another pocket under there. So many things, right? Let's glue this one. And then we'll go to the second signature. Well, let's glue this in the second half of this first signature. I mean, clip it in. I'll be putting more things in here, but let's put it right here. And then I'll get a little white one here. Got a pink paper clip. And let's turn it around. I feel like that's backwards. All right, there we go. And then we have that clipped on. So let's go to the second signature and clip something in. So, yeah, I'm on the second signature. I got another big envelope here, and this is a green one. The other one was pink. That looks pretty with this, doesn't it? But we're not going to, you could put it there if you wanted to, but let's see where else it might look good. You could put it somewhere like this, next to the snippet strip, or on the side. If you put it here, you could decorate. So if you put it here, well, you can't put it there, but if you put it on the edge of a page, you know, put the flap over, then you have this whole area to decorate. If you don't glue any of it down. Maybe I'll put it right here. Let's go ahead and clip it here. And we'll use a green. I don't try to color coordinate my ribbons with my... I just kind of just randomly put ribbons on paper clips, you know what I mean? I don't try to match them or anything like that. I think they're more fun that way, if they're just kind of randomly put on there. Okay, 2 more things, and they're both cards. So let's put one card in the back half of this second signature, and then we'll put the last card in the last signature. So it's a good page to put something on. I also picked out a big card, or I don't have, you know, any really huge cards, but this is one of the biggest ones I have in my drawer. So I'm going to put this one in there. So cute with the bunnies having tea there. Never used. So cute. I might have got that in Happy Meal. I think I did. And so I'm going to clip that right there. Let's see. Let's get a different color. We used white. We used green. I do like to try to use all different colors when I'm putting the paper clips in here. So here's a pretty blue gingham one. We'll put that right here, and I do have it front ways. I consider front ways like this. See how it's twisted back here? I like this in the front, this little part like that. That's what I consider the front. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay, third signature. Now, the last card I have is this pretty sunflower card. Blank inside, never used, so super cute. I can actually put this, let's just put it right here. We'll put it over the top of the page this time, like that. I mean, the back is just plain, but we're going to put it over the top of the page just for the heck of it. And we haven't used one of these pink ones yet. Now, I do try to spread out my paper clips too. I don't put them all in the middle, so that they're all, when you close the journal, when you know you're looking at it on when I'm showing it to you on a video or in the pictures, you can see all the paper clips. So let's see. Let's put this one over a little bit. I forgot about that when I was putting these in just now and showing you. We'll leave this green one in the middle, and then we'll move the white one. The white one is the envelope, right? Yeah, we'll move the white one over a little bit here in between these two. So they're spread out. Okay. So there will be more, but I just kind of wanted to show you the general. Oh, those end up being together. Let's move this one over a little bit more. Right there. Okay. There we go. See, you get the idea. And here's what the trims are looking like. So it's shaping up, isn't it? So I'll be putting some things in the pockets, and I'm going to be doing a scrap video. I think my scrap video is going to be next. So stay tuned for that, and then I'll be ready to finish this up, because I might want to use some of the things from the scrap that I make in here. So I'll show you that next, because I haven't put a belly band in here, and I think I'm going to use the scraps to make us kind of belly band. It's just a craft with me. It's not a tutorial or anything. You've seen it before, but you know, this is the way this is how I keep up with my scraps. So that video will be next. Stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you in the next one, and I'll see you then. Have a great day.